Thank you for being here. I hope my moderators speak to everybody. I'm going to get my tea. How's everybody doing? Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for being here. Let's get it started. Let's pull up the live. Yes. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, guys. Yesterday, I had to turn the air conditioning on, and yesterday was 91 degrees. And today it is currently, let's see what we got. I think it was like 80 the last time I checked. It's, currently 81, but it was 84 degrees. I've got some things that I talk about on the my desk that we're going to talk about tonight. Some of them I mentioned before, but I think it bears repeating because everything is wakening up, and we got to get ready. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is I want to say hello to my golden girls. Let me pull up my file. And they are Auntie Ellen, Miss Ellen Pankey, as well as Pulling it up. Viola Graham, Jean Dudley, Deb M., and Joyce Moore. And I just want to say, I thank you all for everything that you offer our gardening community. Your experience, your wisdom is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Now, let's see who's in the house. Of course, I am seeing a few moderators. Lorraine T. is here, and she says she hopes all is well. My Renaissance grandmother is here. Best Yet Journey, our moderator, lovely moderators in the house. Lorraine T. Aunt Tia's Backyard. Karen Witherspoon, and you notice I'm more relaxed and I'm slowing down and not mispronouncing so many words because I always have so much on my plate and I'm rushing. I took another 2-hour nap today like I did last week. I'm trying to do at least an hour or two every day in between working because this is a very, very busy time of the year for anybody that's in zone, I would say 8A or B and up. And even people in lower zones, like 7, they're doing a lot of work to get ready for their spring and summer gardens. Hello, Karen Witherspoon, Angel Loves Garden, Grandmama Grows, another beautiful moderator in the house. Coptham Creations is here. Myra McCain, God bless you too. I appreciate you. And we're doing well here. We have transitioned very well from winter to summer. We don't really get that much of a spring, okay? Let's see who else is in the house. Lynette Tucker is here. Thank you. We appreciate you being here. And our golden girl, Miss Auntie Ellen Pankey is in the house. Bobby Wilson, we thank you so much. Hey, Brenda Allen. I know, well, I don't want to say that in the live, but I'm going to put it this way. I know you had done some traveling, so we thank you for being here. Okay, who else? Wanda B, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Yankee Sister Homestead is in the house. Etis Good is in the house. She's in DeSoto, not too far from me, guys. I hope everyone is well. I officially retired last week after 30 years with the federal government. More gardening time. My grandkids moved my bell. Yeah, so thank you for letting us know you deserve to be applauded. Okay. Let me see if I missed anybody else. At Home with Cherie, our lovely moderator, is in the house. And Teacher P. Downer is in the house. As well as Sheila Fade is in the house. And let's see who else is here. Cassandra Dominique is in the house. Chine Mouse Farm is here. And I think I got everybody. And if I missed somebody, I know my moderator spoke to you all. I told my son-in-law I need to get on the list for a service call because I still can't get that other monitor. So I'm nearsighted. I'm going to have to sit back a little bit. Hey, GT. Congratulations. I saw your replay of your live. I think I was out working in the food forest trying to listen at the time. Okay. So now, let's go back to the notes. And the first thing I want to do is to put my Cash App up in case some of you feel generous and want to donate to my cause of helping and educating as many people as I can to be self-sufficient and self-sustainable. Did I put that Cash App? And I'm going to pin it at the top. And then if you have some email, if you have some like something you want to email me pertaining to something we're talking about, or if I ask you to email me, I'm going to put my email address up. I stop answering every question that I get in the comments of my videos if it's not pertaining to what my video was about, because it was just monopolizing too much of my time and I just wasn't getting enough rest. And ain't nobody gonna take care of you if you don't take care of yourself, people. So I just want to make that known. And then if you want to join one of my perk clubs that I'm gonna just mention very briefly in a second or two, I'm putting that information up there as well. You can join my channel. And if you missed anything, hey, Lion Crest Outdoors, I think I missed you. And yeah, so if you want to join one of the groups, you are welcome to. And if you missed the URL where you need to join, just type it in the chat and the moderators will take care of you. Okay, so I think I distributed everybody who won prizes when we celebrated our 10,000 subscribers. You all should have received everything by now. And I want to thank everybody who participated last week, and some of you cashed out me later on in the week. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. So because we were celebrating, we didn't have a topic. So I'm going to go over what I had prepared for last week, but I didn't stay on long because we had terrible thunderstorms, which eventually led to some tornadoes, not in my immediate vicinity, but some people did get hurt real bad. I saw it on the news. So we sent up special prayers for those people who were devastated. Very quickly, I want to just go over that the seeds for April are gratitude seeds. They are Clemson spineless okra. I think I gave them out before last year, but I'm giving out some more because we're getting ready to get into our warmer weather in most areas. And that is a crop that grows very well in almost any type of soil, and it can handle drought, heat, or very humid conditions. So I have a lot of them, so I'm going to send those out. Those of you that want the seeds, this is the last time I'm going to ask you to send your mailing address if you haven't before, because I'm started a list that I'm putting together of the recipients of the seeds that are in the first, second, or third tier of my Perks Club. The first one is grow your own, and you get seeds every month. And April is coming in, so I'm going to send them out this week. So you can start those emails. And then after this month, I think I won't need your mailing address unless you've asked for the seeds for the first time. And I appreciate all of you that don't ask for them because you have plenty of them. And that allows me to reach more people. So I appreciate that. And so I was saying, if you're in the Grow Your Own Club, you get those seeds every month. And then you get a chance to put your channel up, your YouTube channel up every Monday night, or your TikTok, or your Instagram, or your Facebook group. Either one, if you're in that club or in any perk club, or if you're a moderator. And if you want to, and that's $2.99 a month. And YouTube collects those fees. I don't have nothing to do with it. Please don't cash out me any money to join any groups. That's illegal. And the next group is Eat Your Own. It's $4.99 a month, and you get a chance to get the seeds every month, shout out every week, and once a month a special shout out, and you get the logo, or I should say emoji by your name that determines how long you've been in one of the clubs. And you also get a chance to attend either a coaching or a class on food preservation. Yesterday, we had some beautiful people in the class. Everybody did extremely well. They canned applesauce and sliced apples, and I just like coached them along, and it went really well. And while I'm on this subject, the next food preservation class is April 25th, 24th. Is on the Sunday after Easter. And then the last perk club is Make Your Own Perk Club. It's $9.99 a month. And again, you pay through YouTube. You get all the advantages in your grow your own club, you eat your own club. But in this particular club, you get a chance to attend one class a month on how to make your own products, your own natural and organic products. And we're going back to the beginning, and that next class will be Sunday, April 10th. It's a Zoom meeting, and it will be lecture, question, and answer, and I'll tell you all about how you start your company, how you incorporate it, how you get your designated business name, how you come up with a concept of what you want to sell, who you're marketing to, how you create a logo, a website. I'll give you all the information, places that I use and have used in the past for you to compare and contrast to see what direction you're going in, okay? And then I know some special offers where you can get discounts on things. Okay, so again, those classes are April 10th for the Make Your Own Perk group. It's $9.99 a month. And the class for Eat Your Own, where I teach how to preserve your food, whether it is water bath canning, pressure canning, dehydrating, freezing, and drying naturally. That class is coming up April 24th. Did I say that right? Yes. Each class is on a Sunday. The week before the class, I send you the Zoom code. It is your responsibility to be on time and be ready. And I'll tell you if you need to have any props or need to do something ahead of time. So I won't start talking about that until around the 3rd of April. So those 2 dates, save the dates. Sunday, April 10th. Make your own products, going back to the basics. And then on the 24th, we're going to be dehydrating food right out your garden. Okay, so I explained the clubs. Did anybody join or want to join? Teacher P. Downer, thank you for being here. Hey, A. Fisher Frontier Farms. My Renaissance grandmama is in the house. Or grandma, let me see, did anybody join? Okay, great. Not great that nobody joined, but great I didn't miss anybody. And if I miss somebody, if you're trying to get my attention, just put it in all caps. Not any questions about off the subject topics. We'll do that at the end. Okay? But right now, I would love, hey, Brampton Gardner, and I appreciate you being here, and Sheila Faye. Thank you so much. I want everybody that has either a wrench that in blue, that means you're a moderator, or one of my logos, whether it is the black and white logo, the black and gold hibiscus logo, the pearls, or the Texas Red Star hibiscus. Any of you guys, I would like for you to put your YouTube channel up at this time. If you don't have a YouTube channel, like I said, You can put in your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, but only one, okay? Where people can find you. And if you don't have any of those social media apps or accounts, and you're still in one of the groups or a moderator, you can put your garden zone there. And then later when this chat is published, because you guys know that I always publish my live chats, you could click on and go to some of those people and check them out. And I see something on my screen in all caps, so that means I got a question of some type, so let me find it. Please hold your questions until Lady Cheryl asks for them. Thank you. Thank you very much, Auntie. When she does, please enter your questions in all caps with big red question marks, just like that. And we do that too at the end. Okay. And Growing with Hudson, I see, is in the house. I missed you too. Okay, so while you all are putting in your... And I love how Tis Good put in her zone. She's in the same zone as me. So you all can click on that later and find people and form relationships, because we are closer to the gardening community, a lot of us, more so than our immediate family, because we have like-mindedness. You know, we do things alike, and we get excited about things. I ran across something in my Facebook timeline this morning that said pro-plantinating or procrastinating, something like that. It was a made-up word, but I thought it was so cute. It showed up in my memory, and it talked about, explained the definition of you let everything go, and you're tending to your plants. So right now, I'm super busy. You know, I do the basics and things like that I have to do in the house, because nobody lives here with me, so it's not that much. But I'm up at the crack of dawn transplanting those over 400 red solo cups that I have with the seeds that I grew. And so I am companion planting and putting groups and things together, you know, trying to make what needs to go in now. For example, today I planted rutabaga, purple top turnips, red mustard spinach, and maybe something else, a leafy green. Because those are the first things that are going to bolt in Texas. We were 91 degrees, as I said earlier. Sunday, 84 today. It'll get real hot here real quick. So those things will have a tendency to bolt. My broccolini is bolting in the greenhouse. So after you've gardened in a place for over 30 years, you kind of know what the weather is going to be like. Yes, it'll change a little bit. But you kind of know what will bolt first, and that's what I'm getting in the ground first. Hey, Food by Faith, thank you for being here. And did I miss anybody? UT is in the house, thank you. Lovely wife, Angel, and the son, Kiddo. If you plant, you can plant if you want to. You can leave your friends behind, because your friends don't plant. If they don't plant, then they ain't no friend of mine. Love it. I love it. I love it. And I told the students or participants that I was coaching in the water bath canning class yesterday, this is going to tie in what I was saying about my health and working so much and not getting a lot of rest. I downsized this year because for 2 years, and now listen to me, y'all know my personality. I'm direct. I'm not fussy. But for 2 years, I did an emergency garden and a prayer garden with abundance of food that I gave away. And UT, what he just said, let me go back to it because it's reminding me of what I'm getting ready to say. UT 33200. If you can plant it, you can plant it if you want to. You can leave your friends behind because your friends don't plant, and if they don't plant, then they ain't no friend of mine. And the way I put it in the coaching session yesterday was, for 2 years, I planted an abundance of food to give away. Guys, it's time out for that. It's time for us to plant for ourselves, our emergency group, that tight-knit circle that you have, but it's time for them to start planting for themselves. Let me know if you all agree. Or do you think we should just keep on working, planting for people and let them be dependent on us giving them stuff? Let me know. Put a 1 in the comments if you believe you should cut it off at some point, or a 2 if you think you should just keep planting for everybody forever. Let me see what you all think. A 1 if you need to cut it off. 2 if you think you need to keep planting. Hey, Chris White, keep planting abundance of food forever. Yeah. Because you have to, at one point, what was this analogy I used yesterday? You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. Something like that. And my mom said, you can give a man some fish. It's an old, I don't know who came up with it. It might even be a parable in the Bible. You can give a man some fish, or you can teach him how to fish. Bible states to take care of your house first. Exactly. But make him drink. I think we should teach them to fish. Auntie Ellen. Yes. Lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. That's it. So they will come up with all kinds of excuses why they can't garden. I'll give you a couple. I got bad knees. I stood up last week and showed you how I used to move the chair and just be curling away with my knee. I got a bad back. I have chronic pain every day because I have kidney disease. I have what is called polycystic kidneys. Just remember, your kidneys are smooth. I got lumps all over my kidneys, like grapes, and it hurts. I don't never complain about it. And I don't even take any medicine for it. It's just a way of life, okay? Now, so then they say, I don't have enough room. But you can garden in containers. I'm growing fruit trees in pots. You can do it if you want to. You can do whatever you want to. I've seen growing with Hudson. Growing it out of every kind of container. Don't tell me it can't be done. I've seen at home with Cheryl growing a supermarket amount of food in a very cold climate, zone 4. So if you want to do it, you'll find a way to do it. Where there is a will, there is a way. So this season, my gratitude garden, and you all know I have a different theme every year. This year, my theme is gratitude from garden. Last year was the prayer garden, when everything was resurrected from that polar freeze, February 3rd, 2021. So much died. And God blessed me to get it all back again. And then the year before that, it was the survival garden, emergency garden. I put a table out in the front and just put fruit out there. When I say fruit, it's mostly tomatoes and peppers and squash. But check this out. This year is about me being grateful that God has taught me how to save seeds. God has taught me to network with you all. I don't have it. And I get seeds in the mail. God has gave me the wisdom to collect seeds and freeze them. So I'm grateful, and that's why I named it the Garden of Gratitude. And I challenged all of you all to, if you just have one planter, one container, I've asked all of you all. And so far, I think I've only seen Auntie Ellen. If I miss somebody, I apologize. Because you know I'm a senior citizen. But I've asked all of you all, if you just have one garden bed or one 5-gallon bucket or one big container, let me know what you're grateful for and what you grow in that container. And there's no cutoff date. It could be spring, it could be summer. Just mention it. And you don't even have to tag me in it. Just call. You don't have to say Lady Cheryl's Garden of Gratitude. You can just say #GratitudeGarden. And let me see what you're grateful for. I hope some of you that I send these seeds to each month will do that and put it in a video or send me a picture. Guys, I get so many pictures and it warms my heart. People who have germinated the moonflowers, germinated the Texas star hibiscus, germinated this and that and every stevia from seeds that I've given them. It makes me feel so good because we are really networking and working together trying to help one another. Speaking of that, a lot of you are growing this Texas star hibiscus. It's the #1 ingredient that I put in my peace tea. And it also has lavender and lemongrass. Okay? It will help regulate your blood pressure, but I have to give a disclosure to say I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose or treat any disease. All I can tell you that kidney disease and high blood pressure go hand in hand, and I keep my blood pressure stable by eating a diet that's mostly without salt, with a lot of herbs and spices to season my food. And I do take my medication, but I don't take as much as I used to, or a lower dose. And I drink my peace tea throughout the day. You can drink it hot. You can drink it on ice like I have here. It has a delightful flavor. I'm also pre-diabetic. I have been for 13 years, no medication. So I put stevia. And I have a video where I taught you all how to make stevia. And then I gave away stevia seeds. You only get 15 tiny seeds from Baker Creek. I've got 5 to germinate, and I planted them in a big pot this morning. I'm going to share it with you. And I may go into the kitchen cabinet and show you the vegetable stevia that I still have left from last year, from 3 plants. So if I have 5 plants this year, I should be able to collect more. And not only should we be using that sweetener because it's natural, but I'll show you how to extract it without any chemical, so you don't have an aftertaste. I use vegetable glycerin for those of you that want to check out that video. And I try not to repeat videos, the same thing over and over. So if I made stevia one time, I may mention it in a video, but I'll refer you back to that video because I don't want to be redundant. And the other thing I was going to say about the tea, I decided today that that is going to be, oh, shooky now. Or is it sooky now? Miss Tia's Backyard did it already. Feeling uptight? Find peace in a teacup with Lady Cheryl's Peace Tea. Here is the link. Now, what I want you to do, Auntia, is to delete that one, and that is the special. That is the special, Auntia, the Peace Tea. I drink it almost every week. But I just want to share this with you. Let me go to my website. That tea is normally $20. It comes in a stand-up zip pouch. The internet is working slow. There we go. Let me refresh. It comes in a resealable stand-up pouch. And if you would go to the specials and gift sets page, you will see that I offer a special every week. It used to be every Monday night, but now I'm keeping it on during the whole week. And this week, that $20 tea that will give you 20 to 30 servings, depending on how strong or weak you like your tea, is normally $20. I have it on sale all week for $15.99. And that includes shipping and handling. Yep. And again, I want to stress the fact that this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. But Google the benefits of hibiscus. Google the health benefits of lavender. Google the health benefits of lemongrass. And you will see that it will calm you down and lower your blood pressure. Now, let's talk again about these okra seeds. Did you know that okra water will lower your glycemic index? Yes. All you have to do is slice off the okra, and it can be fresh, it can be frozen, but not cooked. Put it in about 8 ounces of water, put a top on it, and let it sit out overnight. Some people put it in the refrigerator. I leave mine on the counter because I like to drink it lukewarm, okay? Or room temperature. Drink that. The okra water will lower your glycemic index. So everything that I've been talking about is for better health. And that's what I put on my email when you order something from me. I thank you for your order, letting you know it's processed. Good health is on the way. Healthy hair and skin is on the way. So I'm very conscientious about the topics, the seeds, and everything that I choose to talk about because we want to have better health. I told you this and I'm going to say it again. I could easily sit here and feel sorry for myself and eat everything I want to eat and go into kidney failure, diabetes, be on insulin, everything. But I'm fighting. I'm fighting as hard as I can to control what my body is predestined to have. Okay? All right. So the special is the Peace Hibiscus Tea. You can drink it hot. You can drink it cold. Those of you that are diabetic or pre-diabetic, it's a wonderful thing for you to drink with the stevia. Very good. Auntie got me. She always have my back with the special. Feel uptight? Find a peace in a teacup with Lady Cheryl's Peace Tea. It's the special of the week, and she's got the link. Hey, Peanut. I see you. People speaking to you, but I didn't see you. Hey, Andale. I didn't see you when you came in either. Hey, Grows. Grows. Shanana. And hey, Southern Red Sugar. And Eagle Lover, Texas. Thank you. And anybody else that I missed. And Bobby Wilson has something very insightful to say. People close to me do not understand February and March is my busiest time gardening because, and they become offended when I can't accommodate them. Yes. Sometimes you just have to say no and don't argue. My daughter and my son-in-law, Brian Bree's mom, you know, I tell you all the time, they live less than a mile and a half from me. They invited me over 3 Sundays in March for dinner. I only went one time. But, because I was too tired to even socialize, I went in the driveway and said, can Brian bring my plate out? I let him know I could come and pick up my plate. And then in one of my videos, I put something about that I grew my, oh, I know what it was. My last video, I showed you I companion planted my chamomile in my large banana containers. And I showed you how I had germinated the seed in a takeout box. That takeout box was not from a restaurant that I attended or visited. That takeout box was the food my daughter put in there for me to come pick up and eat it at home because I'm so busy. And one time it was, who was it? What was it? Oh, they just all went skating, all the grandkids and my children, and they invited me to go to CC's Pizza with the kids and watch them skate. And I was too tired. I'm too busy. So she dropped me off some baked chicken wings, and I just thought that was beautiful because They know I'm serious about what I do. And I had 400 cups, and some of those cups have 2 seedlings in it. And let me just share this with you, because I always try to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. In my next video, I'm going to share with you that you're going to lose a certain percentage. So if you have 400 cups, pardon me, you may lose 10 or 5. Don't be disappointed. Always plant some extras. And you could plant 2 identical looking seeds. And one plant will be real tall and bushy, and the other one will be a runt. But don't give up on that runt, because I showed you in the video that the tomatoes on the other side that's not getting as much sun, I put a runt tomato plant there, and now it's got at least 10 tomatoes on it. That's something I would have threw in the compost a few years ago, so I don't give up. And then I think I told you that, guys, in my new galvanized raised bed, I was going to plant 12 tomato plants in that bed, 4 by 8, a little bit, a couple inches off on the corners. I ended up planting 13 because one was a runt, just to see what it would do. So when you're working and you're real busy, if your family don't understand, don't worry about it. You do what you got to do. Like, who is that? Miss Bobby Wilson said, people close to me do not understand February and March is my busiest time gardening. They become offended when I can't accommodate them. Now, my kids didn't get offended. They know. They go, my grandchildren go, you're not going to watch us skate. But my grandkids, they kids. They have a child's brain. But my immediate, my children, they know I'm real, real busy. And also, I don't know if you all know this. Some of you might not know. I do hair still on Saturday morning. Not that many. But I let Brian go out because he came over Saturday to help me. Bria was under the weather. And I let him videotape. So the next video that I put out, you all going to see all the mess. You're going to see cups thrown here, there, and in garden beds and everywhere. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Because it's a very busy time. There was a young man, I love him. I've been following him and his family when he was known as Zapper Gardner. Somebody please put up Rob's channel, Ession's Family Garden. One of my moderators, please put his channel up. He is not in the Perks Club group. He is not a moderator. So I don't just call out people that I like because they like me and they pay to get into memberships or they help moderate the chats. I call it out like I see it. UT is in here. I've called him out about 3 times. He probably don't even know it because that's not what he into. I'm not trying to really build a channel, send you seeds for you to call him out. But I want to call out Rob from Ession's Garden Family because the last video he did, he showed all around his property, and it's huge, and all the plans that he has for all the work that he has to do. And I commend him because it's not easy like I used to say all the time. Grow your own, eat your own. It's not hard, you can do it. I changed my mind. It is hard. It's a lot of hard work, like Bobby Wilson said, certain times of the year. But then after you get it all together, it's kind of like on automatic pilot. That's when it's not hard. But when you first getting everything set up, it's hard. Let me give you an example. It was hard for me today to dig up dirt or soil or grow a medium that we're supposed to say. But Brian, Bree, and I moved 2 raised elevated garden beds off of the sinking ground, and I shared it in the video, and we put it up on concrete, right? So it could be more steady because that soil is heavy. So this morning, while I was working and talking to my sister for 2 hours, I got a little winded when I was shoveling the soil and putting it back into the container. Okay? Then I came in, still talking to my sister, had my tea and toast, still talking to my sister, had my little break. Then I go back and I scooted up a little stool right next to the elevated garden bed, and I had already the day before grouped my squash together. All got one, you know, they were all everywhere in the greenhouse, got them all together. And then I fluffed up the soil, added a little azomite rock dust, a little worm castings, and that was it. And planted my squash. And I planted my squash the same way that I'm talking to you right now, sitting down. You see what I'm saying? So that wasn't hard. So all the time you won't work hard, especially if you lift things up off of the ground so that you don't have to do all that bending, stooping, and squatting. It's fine with you 50 on down. But when you start getting like 50, 55, you are going to see what I'm talking about. Anybody experiencing that? Hi, Eagle Lover, Texas. I think I spoke to you already. Anybody experiencing the difference when you elevate your work area up so you don't have to do a lot of bending? Grow Hudson says she invested in a grow light today. I'm tired of my seeds dying. Yeah, you got to get some lights. Beth said, don't even talk about that Texas Star Hibiscus. I hope that means that yours are doing good, Hudson. Because I got a lot of pictures of people that are really, really doing well with their moonflowers, the Texas Star Hibiscus, and they're sending me stevia pictures. They're also sending me their brown turkey fig tree saplings or cuttings. I've even got pictures of elderberry. And one thing about those wild Texas elderberry that I sent you guys, and some of you will purchase them, they don't need to cross-pollinate with any other elderberry. Okay? I got elderberries the second year, but the wind whipped them off. And the third year, I was loaded. Okay? So, yeah. And they sent me pictures of their Comfrey. Okay, somebody was saying something. I think they're just speaking to Peanut. Oh, yeah, Grow Hudson say, you all need to hit that thumbs up button. Somebody not hitting the thumbs up button. Miss Kia Parks, I want you to know, that was, I think I put the wrong name on there, or the name you don't go by. I'm not going to mention that. That was your chamomile seeds that you sent me that are in those banana plant containers. I hope that makes you feel good to know that you sent me something and I germinated them and that they're growing, and I'm going to gather those flowers, and those flowers will be in my relaxation tea. Yep. And some of those peppers that I don't even know the name of, and I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of not labeling stuff. But I'll figure it out when they start putting on fruit and change colors. Because most of I've grown before, except for some exotic type of peppers. And those came from At Home with Cheryl. And I have another confession. I think I put the wrong label on my giant white tomato that looks like a lemon tomato. And UT 300, you probably know what that tomato is. I kept trying to make it that white tomato because that's what the tag I put on it. But that doesn't taste like the great white tomato, which is a slight green. That's a lemon tomato or a pineapple tomato or something. But it is delicious. And over there on top of my dehydrator, I saved some of those seeds. So that I won't get that confused with another tomato. Hey, Denny. And let me just shout out Miss Denny. She put a video out about a brick of soil that she had purchased. And this goes along with all the people that I keep telling that, you know, you got to work smarter and not harder. And she had a Pro Mix potting soil that she purchased. It. I stopped in the middle of her video and ordered 2 of them. And guys, I got it at Walmart. I'm very pleased with it. And Walmart, if they have it at their local store that's close to you, they'll deliver it in a matter of hours. And all you have to spend is $35. So I ordered 2 of them. I think I ordered some Honey Nut Cheerios. Good for you, lower your cholesterol. And I'll tell you a secret. That's what I eat as a snack. Instead of eating like popcorn, I eat a few Honey Nut Cheerios. But anyway, I'm really glad I got that, Denise. I'm so glad you made that video, and I'm going to talk about it in one of my videos real soon because, and I see you, Chris, and I'm going to get ready to say that. Yeah, I want everybody to know you can save your shoulders and your back if you're a senior citizen by getting things that are compressed. And I've noticed this. Anything that I have bought that was compressed, whether it is soil, cocoa core, or Jiffy Peat pellets, I never have fungus gnats out of that. Fungus gnat don't come into the equation until I open a potting mix. And because it has eggs, worm casting, and stuff like that in it, I don't like to sanitize it. But you all know I push myself every year. I said it last week and the week before. I'm going to say it again. Well, let me put it this way. Next December, this year, I'm not going to start my seeds in the house. That's the year I'm going to challenge myself to see if I can start everything in the greenhouse. It's kind of like you guys doing winter sowing that I won't do outside with the cups. I'm just going to start them with the heating mats and blah, blah, blah. And they will be acclimated. They won't have to be hard enough. And let me share this with you too, because I never came back and reported it. You remember I told you a few years ago how I acclimate my seeds? I don't put them out 15 minutes, 30 minutes, all that back and forth. It's too many, right? So I put them in the greenhouse, and then I put shade cloth over it, 90%. And then I ease it back. Then I'll go out there, and if I see that temperature is real hot, I'll go back and I'll walk under that top of the greenhouse, and if I feel the sun too much on my face, no matter what the temperature is, I'll put shade cloth. I just pin it up there any kind of way, okay? Then, after a week or so of that, then I put a 50% shade cloth on it. This year, I didn't put the 50% shade cloth over. I acclimated with 90%, just moving it back and forth. Where the sun comes in your yard, you'll know. And it worked out well. So every year I push myself to do more and more. There are not a lot of people in Zone 8A got tomatoes in the ground, but I put them in the ground. I saw UT, Kiddo, and Angel share what they got at that dollar store. I think it was the Dollar Tree, that dome. I got it that next morning. I was there when they opened up, and they only had 6 left, and I got them. And I put them out early when we had 24-mile-per-hour winds and put the domes on them with a brick on top, a little brick paver. And then I put my terracotta pots, they are heavy, on the rest of them and covered them up and put a blanket on them. They are doing wonderful. They are fully acclimated to the strong wind now. We had wind last night, 20 miles per hour where I live. Nothing looks wrong with those tomatoes. And I'm in certain gardening groups in North Texas that say, oh, I don't put mine out till after Easter. I'm tired of my stuff freezing. You can put them out, but you don't put them all out in case you leave and go somewhere and forget that they're out and you didn't cover them up or you didn't protect them from frost. But I was going to say something, and I saw somebody say it, and it was Chris White. She says, guilty as spoken, mislabel a lot. I am very, very bad at labeling things. Probably because I think I know what they are. But in this gratitude garden, I received so many different seeds that I have never grown before. I see now I made a mistake. I know I've made mistakes in the past, but this time I'm growing a lot of stuff I haven't grown before. For example, I think it was Aunt Tia's backyard that sent me those cucumber seeds that don't have to cross-pollinate. Am I right, Aunt Tia? Are you the person that sent me those seeds? I saw you in here earlier. Lorraine T is in here. She said the class yesterday was fantastic. Gail Hopper said she made cowboy candy today. That's great. I love it. I made a video on that. Ms. B. Washington said she was in the water bath canning class yesterday. She learned a lot and had fun. And I've got pictures from some of you guys. So, Miss Love said, hello, she's late. Aunt Tia, where are you? Yep. They're called, see if I can copy this, baked alphas. Because I want to give you credit when I do that video. I'm getting ready to put it in my Word document, Aunt Tia. And what I want to ask you, Aunt Tia, are they vining cucumbers or are they bush? Are they vining or are they bush? I need to know, do I need a trellis for it? They're going to be planted about 6 o'clock. As soon as it gets daybreak, I'm going to plant those cucumbers tomorrow. Are they vining or are they bush? Because I planted patty pan squash seeds that I had probably 10 years in the freezer. And they were bush. Okay, well, I'm glad all of you all are pleased while we're waiting on Aunt Tia. Okay, Miss Kia said they're vining. She must have looked it up. Okay. So I gotta concoct a trellis. I think vining, but let me look at the packet. Okay, very good. Yeah, check it out, because I don't want to make a thing if I don't have to. Because I have them a place where I was going to put them in an elevated garden bed. I was just going to let them die on down on the ground. I mean, dying on, you know, from waist level on down. But I got to rethink that if I need to do a trellis. And Miss Kia Park says she's growing them in her air garden. Okay, cool. So you know that you're growing them, you got the seeds. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thank you, Miss Kia, for sending me. Guys, if y'all don't know, that's my internet daughter, Miss Kia Parks. She's going to... Oh. And let's congratulate Joyce Elmore. She's been a member for 6 months. I don't have my bell. It's on the piano over there. Let's congratulate her. Mega love to Joyce Elmore. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, oh goodness, I was getting ready to say something. Oh, I know, I got it. Somebody sent me saffron bulbs. And I passed my blessing on and I mailed it to 2 contest winners. And some of you bought saffron bulbs. And I researched, I know about it's the most expensive spice in the world and blah, 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 blah. But they don't bloom until about 2 years, depending on what garden zone you're in. I made a mistake on those saffron bulbs. I started them in the greenhouse. And it was more like a tropical environment because I had to keep it pretty warm in there with the heaters and the rocket stove and the vintage lamps. So y'all know what I did. And now they like laying over. So I'm going to cut them all the way back, and I probably would divide them. Or I might just take them out and put them in the refrigerator. I'll do some research. I'll let you guys know. But I'm not going to do it the way I did. I'm going to plant them in the fall. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do research. And they supposed to have stratification outside in the cold. So they just couldn't go from bulb to a tropical environment in my greenhouse and then put them outside. They're probably not going to flower this year. They fell over. And they need more water than I originally thought. I didn't give a class on this. I didn't give nobody instructions on this. I just told you all what I was doing. But now I realize when you know better, you do better. right? Okay. Thank you all for congratulating, who was that with the green? Miss Joyce Moore. I appreciate you all very, very much. Okay, I did everything I was supposed to do. Let's go over my topic for today. And it's going to be continuing with what I hinted at last week about vegetables that you can grow in early spring. So some of you are winter sowing. And I hope you all understand now that you've gotten a window peek of my weather, how it just transitioned from winter to summer. So we don't have all those real cool temperatures like those of you that live in zone 7 on down. So even though you guys are getting ready for spring, it'll be a long time before you zoom to 90 degrees on a consistent basis. So this is the time for you all to be growing your broccoli, your kale, your cabbage, all of your non-root producing crops. You can do carrots and you can do turnips and rutabaga and beets and all that, but you won't have as much time as you will with all those leafy greens. Your cabbage, your cauliflower, all your brassicas. You all should be winter sowing those now outside. I don't really get real into details about every specific zone, but I know for a fact that you all do have a nice little mild winter before you just jump into summer, so you could be growing those and they thrive in cooler conditions. Okay? Because sometimes you have a lingering cool front, you know. And that's not to say that I can't have a freeze or a cold front to come in North Texas. It can happen, but it's not going to be nothing that's going to be devastating. Because according to the Farmer's Almanac, we have gone one day over, today is the 28th, over our expected frost date. But it still can get 50 or 40, you know, early in the morning or whatever, and I have the means to protect everything. Okay? Even if I have to take galvanized steel little rebar, was it rhubarb? Rebar. I was reading something on rhubarb before coming on. Rebar, those little 12-inch ones, and drive them into the ground, and then you take your half-inch PVC pipe and bend it over like a hoop. If I had to do that, I have all of those supplies behind my old shed that I can do that if it was to get a real bad cold front to come in. So never ever underestimate somebody that plants early. You don't know what their backup plan is. You all know about mine because I share with you. Now, another thing you guys can plant early is your root crops. Again, that's your carrots, that's your beets, that's your rutabaga. That's your purple top turnips or white globe turnips, any variety that you want to grow. You can start those 4 to 6 weeks, okay, before your last frost. Depending on your hardiness zones, you all have to figure that out. I can't figure that out for you because I don't have that in my mind. Lettuce is another good one that can take cold. Machi, arugula, black seed Simpson. My favorite is buttercrunch. All kinds of tender greens and lettuce you could be growing right now. They can handle the colder weather. Okay? In addition, for them using in salads and stuff, you can use them with for your wraps, your burgers. I mean, you can do a lot of good things with the lettuce. Another thing you can start early in a raised garden bed are peas. I grow peas, they never make it in the house. I walk around and while I'm watering, rinsing them off and just eat chewing on them. I eat a carrot or two. I eat breakfast right out there in the food forest. And that's what's so beautiful when you know that you know that you know that you're growing organically. Heck, I've just wiped it off and ate it. Okay? Come on now. I mean, it's better than the chemicals that are sprayed on this stuff that we buy out of the grocery stores. Okay? So, depending on the variety and whether it's a bush type or a vining type, you might have to do a trellis with those peas. Let me go in the chat and see if I'm missing anything. Excuse me. Let me see if I'm missing something. And let me just say that if you are in my chat for the first time and you have not subscribed to my channel, I have advanced settings where only the people that are subscribers can comment, and it's self-explanatory. Sometimes we get, y'all know, little trolls to come in. So we haven't been having that problem since I've been putting those settings on there. Okay, I'm just checking to see if I missed anything, and I have not. I see that everybody is congratulating Miss Joyce. A couple people came in late. From 37 on, hello, and she's from Dallas, Texas. Sorry she late. Hi, neighbor. How you doing? Glad you're here. And Yankee Sister said her spinach in her winter jugs are doing great. Grandmama Groves says she planted cauliflower for the first time. And Miss Ellen Pankey said there's a worldwide shortage of saffron. Good. And I was doing some research when I was doing that, investigating saffron. And that's when I determined that I should have planted it outside instead of the greenhouse last fall. Marigold is used as a poor man's saffron. How many of you are planting edible flowers? One, please, in the chat, if you're planting edible flowers that you're really going to eat. And two, if you don't. I want to see what you are planting. And while you are putting it in, let me tell you what I plant. I sprinkle some borage seeds, and some people say borage. And of course, you know I do a lot of marigolds. I do a lot of marigolds early. And they have a twofold purpose, beautiful to decorate. Also, they repel a lot of non-beneficial insects. They will draw in white flies and spider mites and keep them off of your plants. A lot of people are planting them. Hi, everyone. By the way, I'm a he. From 37 on, I'm a he. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Gail Hooper. Salad as a meal. That's great. Yeah, so I plant that. I plant petunias. You can eat pansies. You guys know I do chamomile. You guys know that I do lavender. You guys know that I use a lot of Texas Star hibiscus. This year, I'm going to add the white hibiscus. But if you plant a lot of edible flowers, it'll kill a couple birds. And I'm holding up 2 fingers, but sometimes it'll do 3. 1, it can be very healthy when you make them into a tea. 2, it can be beneficial for the insects that you don't want to have around. And 3, you never have to worry about pollinators. When you plant a lot of pollinators. She planted Grandma Grows, marigolds, mums, calendula. Very good. Okay. All right. And Growing with Hudson says it's a shortage on wheat too. So there are a lot of shortages out there. A lot of them are consumer driven, and some of them is because of the pandemic, and some of it is just downright greedy, where people will elevate the prices because they know they can get away with it. But most gardeners are preppers, not panickers. So I'm choosing my words very carefully. It's a lifestyle. And if you prep all the time, you don't have to panic. Hello, Salon Diva, the Home and Garden. And Chime Moss says you can add flowers to your salads too. Yeah, I love marigolds in my salads. They taste like pepper. And I'm a black pepper girl. And Gail Hooper says fertilizer is going to be both high priced too. And that's why I do the Comfrey. I don't buy a lot of fertilizers. Fertilizers are, especially chemical ones, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even use those. But the organic ones, basically you can make them yourself if you save your coffee grounds. You can get them free at Starbucks. If you save your banana peels and you save your eggshells, that's your NPK right there. If you compost, that's your best fertilizer. If you can't compost, if you grow the Comfrey, the Russian Blocking 14 Comfrey, I got a big banner circle of people that I sent that Comfrey to. And some of you bought it. Some of you want it. That Comfrey, who was it? Lion Crest. Somebody put a link to his channel up. Moderators. Farmer Q, Lion Crest. He did a video. And when he pulled up that Comfrey, he was amazed at how long that taproot is one of the few plants that can go all the way down deep in the earth and pull up nutrition and nutrients that most plants and trees can't get to. Now, there are a lot of trees that have a long taproot. Like, I don't want to name all of them, but I'll just top of my head, I'll just say persimmon. And so, that unused resources that Comfrey can pull up is the best thing, in my opinion, next to compost, if you don't make your compost. Or maybe they're about the same. Okay? All right. Have you ever tried the leaves of purple oxalis plant? It tastes like limes to me. No, ma'am, I've never tried it. Gail Hooper, I compost grind eggshells for tomatoes. Very good. Because it takes years for an eggshell to decompose. So when I see videos of people putting a whole banana in a hole, a fish in a hole, maybe I shouldn't say that. I already said it, didn't I? It takes forever for it to break down. Another thing you have to be careful with, you want to be careful with, you want to zap those eggshells either in the oven or a microwave to make sure they're not spreading any diseases that could be forming in there. And yes, I blend mine up too. I make videos. Cherie said, I have to say I'm really excited about the amount of homemade compost I've generated this fall and winter. I will have enough for all of my garden beds this year. Yeah, I'm telling you, you don't have to buy all that stuff. You don't have to buy all that stuff if you put back into the earth what you took out of it. It's just amazing. That is wonderful. And when I don't have enough compost, I buy Black Cow. This horse manure is pretty reliable and it's aged. Thank you, Auntie, for putting up Lion Crest Comfrey video there. And I have some too. You don't put mine up, but I'm just saying. I like to recognize young talent that are doing things and trying to educate us in these YouTube streets. And if you go to any of these channels, Rob's channel, mention UT300 2200. I think that's right. Let them know that I sent you there. Okay? If you go to Lion Crest, let them know that I sent you there. Yes, wood ash is a very good thing to use, Gail Hooper. Clean out your fireplace. Wood ash. It's called biochar. I bought some from Amazon when I didn't use my fireplace. Lorraine says she's doing nasturtiums and lavender. Let me go back and see about, I have purchased mine on Etsy a couple of years ago. She's talking to Elwood Maurice, so I'll find out what that's about. Hey, how you doing, Melissa SoCal? And hey, Melissa and Susie, thank you for being here. Thank goodness for Comfrey. I'm telling you, it makes it wonderful. Please, somebody tell me where I can get some Comfrey. Okay, Elwood Maurice, you can go to eBay. I sent a lot of it out, and it was my first time sending it out, so I went through the trouble of potting it in potting mix, and I sent so much. People kept asking me, and I didn't have the heart to say no. And I had 10 little dollar store totes, containers, about 1.5 this size, and maybe about 5 inches deep. I had 10 for myself, and I think I only have 5 left. I just kept sending it and sending it and sending it. Next year, I'm not going to root it. I'm just going to send you the root. Now that I know, without a shadow of a doubt, it will root very well because my plants are well established. I'm going to send out everything that I sent out unrooted. That was too much work for me. Hey, Cynthia, nice that you're here. Safflower is also the poor man's saffron. Okay, I have some growing in my grow room. Thank you very much. I appreciate you contributing. And Miss Love says she's investing in worms. Over 2,000. This will be a new adventure for me. That's really cool, too. Because the worm poop really, really helps your soil. Feed the soil, not the plant. Okay, somebody asking a question. Make sure, okay, you're supposed to put this Eagle Lover Texas. You probably don't know because you're newish. But you put all your questions in all caps and you wait for the end of the discussion and when I ask for them. But I will take you, okay? Lady Cheryl, the stink bugs were so bad here last summer and they're already here. Do you have a way to get rid of them naturally? Okay. You might be squeamish, you might not like what I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna talk about these things here. You can have a little cup with you and you can have a little neem oil in a spray bottle with a little dish soap or a vegetable castile and water, and you can spray them and that will kill them. And here's the pure cold pressed neem oil. The other thing you can do is you can have a little cup with you, paper cup or whatever, disposable, with a little dish soap, and pick that bug up. Don't squish it and drop it down in the water because it stinks. I've gotten so used to defending my food and my food forest that I can pick it up. I picked up a gruntworm today that turns into a June bug that eats at the roots of your live plants. Your earthworms, the young lady that or gentleman that said they're doing the 2,000 earthworm, that's beautiful because they only eat decaying matter in the soil, wood chips, leaves, old roots. They don't eat living matter. So that is something wonderful to add to your garden. And the stink bugs, we have a lot of those in Texas as well as squash bugs. Now, squash bugs, most people think they only eat squash and get inside and tunnel away into those long vines. I'm here to tell you, if you don't have squash in your yard and you've got those eggs and species in your yard, they will eat something else. Last year, they ate my sunflowers. Not all of them, but I'm just saying. I destroyed squash bugs on sunflowers. And I know what a squash bug looks like, and I know the difference between a stink bug. Okay? So now in Texas, because of the warm weather, they're coming out of hibernation, and those little small little butterfly moths, they're floating around everywhere. And I want to show you all what I use to kill those. If I don't pick them up in my glasses, I use the neem oil. Okay? And then here's something else. All this is organic because I'm an organic gardener. And anytime you see that, what is it, ORMI? Or you see that little leaf thing, that little emblem right there that says for organic gardening. This is a new one I'm trying based upon a recommendation. One of my friends on Facebook told me it's called Captain Jack's Dead Bug. And you can use these on your fruit trees. They're good for tent caterpillars, coating moths, bagworms, leaf miners that make those little squiggly little lines in your cucumbers and your okra. That's why I see them in my yard. And borders in trees and things like that. So I have this that I sprayed, and now I'm getting ready to spray again. There's a little bit in here, and I bought 2 more bottles of this. But after I use this, which is the same as the big one, the next 10 to 12 days, I'm going to use the Captain's Jack, because I had little pinworms in my Sunglow nectarine tree, because I was so busy that I delayed spraying as often as I should. And I know that if I hadn't caught that and harvested that fruit, all of those nectarines, which they were juicy and big and delicious, would have got infested with those worms. So this year, I'm setting alarms and trying something new, but all of them are organic, okay? And then you have what you call those caterpillar worms and those hornworms and the ones that drill a hole into your squash. You can inject them with this OMRI listed, which means it's for organic gardening. If I'm holding it up in case somebody needs to screenshot it, and it's Monterey BT. I can't pronounce the words. I'm not a scientist. I'll do the best that I can. Where is it? Where is Bacillus thuringiensis? But most gardeners call it BT, and we know what you're talking about from Monterey. All these items can be purchased at any big box stores or online at Etsy, eBay, and of course, you know, the big Amazon. Okay? And then last but not least, those of you that have rain barrels, those of you that have water in your greenhouses or outside, and you have your little mosquito and fungus larvae congregating and multiplying in your stagnant water, get you some mosquito bits. It will kill the fungus gnat larvae and the mature fungus gnats. And coincidentally, the mature fungus gnats don't eat off your plants like the baby ones and the larvae. Okay? But this will take care of it. All right? Okay, so you can go back and catch the replay. And I'm glad the young person said something about the Gail Hooper saying about the fertilizer going up. All of you all have established your Comfrey that got it from me. We don't have nothing to worry about. All you got to do is ferment it. I don't even aerate it with the bubbler, and some people do all of that. I don't even do that. I just put it in there and ferment it like it's kombucha. And just dilute it and put it on my everything, fruit trees, everything. I'm saving my homemade compost to put on all of my fruit trees. Okay. That's right. Who said that? Thanks goodness for Comfrey. Once you get established with Comfrey, you don't have to buy a whole lot of stuff, which will allow you to buy some of these things, these organic products. Okay? All right. Okay, so now it's question and answer time. If you have a question, please put big red question marks and all caps, please. And by the way, I got air conditioning on. Because last week, when I was listening to some of the replay, I noticed how I was sweating. Well, it's gotten real hot down there. So I had to put on a little air. Okay, question and answer. Yes! Grandmama Grows says she just learned that kombucha is good for organic gardening. And I learned today that people are fermenting and making kombucha out of hibiscus. I'm ready to answer your question. If I don't know the answer, I can direct you to where you can follow it or find it. Okay, growing with husband, do you mean the banana pulp itself or just watery banana water? I like to answer for her if she stepped out for a minute. And it is the banana water with the there's more nutrition in the banana peels than the actual fruit itself. 27 degrees in Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't miss that weather. I was talking to my sister for a couple hours today while I was working outside, and it was 30 in Indiana. How do you grow lavender? Just like you grow any other flower, dear. I don't have no specific recipe. If you're going to put it in the ground, you want to add some soil amendments, you want to add some compost. It depends on what kind of soil you have, if it's clay, if it's sandy, if it's draining. I would recommend you start lavender in a pot and use a potting mix. If you don't have potting mix, you can use topsoil, peat moss, vermiculite or perlite, worm castings. You know, it's not hard. Okay, from earlier, Sharice is letting me know that Cheryl Chisholm asked, I'm so sorry, can someone please tell me what are edible flowers? I've never heard of flowers that you can eat. You can grow marigolds and you can eat them. You can grow hibiscus, as long as it's organically grown. You can't grow this stuff and put pesticides and Miracle-Gro and chemical fertilizers on it and then put those chemicals in your body. So any flower that you can eat. You can eat, a young lady asked about lavender. It's very simple. Just put it in potty mix and put it in the pot. You can eat rose. So anything that you grow organically and it's edible. So if you are unsure, you can Google list of edible flowers. It'll give you 12 or 15 right off the top. I can do it right now, but it'll be better if you researched it. You can eat a lot of edible flowers, okay? For example, artichoke, that flower that it blooms, artichoke really is the flower. Okay. No, Melissa, folks, I'm not selling any more Comfrey. I won't be selling any more until the fall of the year. What I have half of what I plan on having for myself, and I can't afford to give nobody any more right now, but I sold a lot of it. Let me got a question here. What is the name of the soil you mentioned? Pro Mix that come Cherie, no, that's Allsnet Home Center. Hold on a second, let me see. I gotta have it. It's heavy, but it's not as heavy as a 2 cubic feet bag of Kellogg's organic soil that I use. Can you see it? It's called Pro Mix Premium Moisture Potty Mix. And it's compressed. And it has mycorrhizal fungi in it, ground limestone, perlite, peat moss, and you just loosen the root ball up and add water to it. And you could use it for your flowering boxes, hanging baskets, decorative pots. And one compressed pack makes 2 cubic feet. Hope you all can see that real good. I ordered mine from Walmart. It was here a couple hours later. Okay? All right, I don't want to pick this up again. Oh, it's heavy, but it makes a lot of soil. Okay, gotta put my password back in here because it knocked me off. No, I'm not selling any more Comfrey. I did a soil. Can I microwave seed starter soil to kill fungus gnats? Yes. Love growing green garden. I have videos on it. You can look at my seed starting playlist. I also add boiling water. Okay? Sylvia, I'm sorry. The frost killed my Texas Star hibiscus. Will it come back if I cut it back? What zone are you in? If you in 7 on up, yes, it'll come back. Yeah, Denise, that soil package. You told me to be careful picking it up. Don't think that it's gonna be real light. And I really appreciate you telling me. Because it was still at the front door in my foyer, and I drug one to the outside. Do you need a special Comfrey? Yes. It's Russian Blocking 14. Russian Blocking 14. All the other ones that you start with a seed do not have the taproot or the ability to tap into resources and nutrients that the Russian Blocking 14 can. And the seeds, it makes a beautiful purple flower. The pollinators come and feast off of it, but the seeds are sterile. Glad you mentioned that. So you must eat is good. Yes. I've read a lot of stuff on it. Like I stopped in the middle of Denise's video and Googled it, and then ordered it, and came back and watched the rest of her video. So I will be ordering that from now on. Okay, Walmart also has Expert Advantage compressed soil. It's 2 cubic feet for about $11.98. Thanks for letting us know that grows. It depends on where you live. That's about how much that costs. Maybe a dollar more. And Grandmama Grows is asking everybody for to press the like button, or she's saying thank you for pressing it. Cheryl Chisholm says, oh yes ma'am, thank you so much. I'm in zone 8B, Alexandria, Louisiana. Sylvia, no problem. It's a perennial in 9A. You can cut it back to the ground or to the soil level of the pot. It would definitely grow back. Mine comes back in May. You're a little bit warmer than where I am, so I suspect yours is going to come back last of April, 1st of May. Mine comes back toward the end of May. I get my compressed Pro Mix for $14 for a 4 cubic foot amount. Not the potty mix one. Love it. Okay, cool. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to copy that so I can see if Walmart online will ship me that, Cherie. Because they shipping everything at Walmart if you order $35 worth. Because they got a lot of competition. Okay. If my Comfrey seedlings drop all its leaves, will it come back? Yes, ma'am. As long as you are watering it. Yes, ma'am. Mine died off in my food forest. Sometimes I notice I talk too loud. Mine all died back in the food forest, in the ground where my trees are. But they're coming back now. Okay? So don't worry about it. You could cut all your leaves off and make some fertilizer out of it, it'll still come back. It's considered invasive. Okay, how long does the mosquito bits last in a barrel of rainwater? Will it be one garden season? Well, that's a little difficult for me to answer because my water don't last that long because I have so much to water. But during a rainy season, I don't have to water, and I don't get any mosquitoes. I was just my professional guesstimation, 3 to 6 months. Okay? So we have a rainy season from March to May, and then we're in a drought season. And I'll start using all of my rainwater. Okay, I need more pain cream and hair growth promoter. My husband had used all of my supplies. Oh, bless your heart. So I need to buy both of us more. He swears by your pain cream. Really helps his shoulder. Yeah, it really does help. Thank you, Joyce, for letting us know. Tea is beneficial to drink. Oh, banana tea is delicious if you like banana. Fayette Redding, you're absolutely right. I saw, it was either Facebook or YouTube, a doctor making the tea, and they boil the peels. They don't boil the fruit inside of the banana. There's more nutrition in the peels than the fruit. And you can do the same thing. You don't have to boil it. You can just ferment it a little bit and make banana water. Especially all of your fruitine crops. If you have fruit like peppers and strawberries and berries, blueberries, pink lemonade berries, raspberries, mulberries, apple tree, pear tree, all those things, banana water is very beneficial for that. Oh, you're welcome. And Tia put the link for the pain cream. It really does work, guys. It's a little stinky. Now, don't get on the city bus. Do it, put it on before you start working. All right, I'm doing like this because it don't hurt that bad at all now. But I kind of strained myself picking up 2 heavy pots. And I'm going to show you in my next video how I cut some of the greenhouse cover off. Big cement, and they used to be called them cinder blocks, but they don't have cinder ash in it anymore. They're made out of concrete now. I'm not picking them up. And my son still hasn't gotten over here to the business owner. Move some cinder blocks and do some tree trimming. And if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. He has a family, he has a business to run, he has his customers, he's a barber. Okay, so if what doesn't get done won't get done. I hope my Texas Star Hibiscus grows this year. I have seedlings growing. My sister sent me a video about the blood pressure benefits of the Texas Star Hibiscus. I probably told her Lady Cheryl told me about that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is so weird that you said that because that's something my sister and I were talking about today. And you talk about you and your sister. Okay. What is a reliable fruit tree for you and Mesquite? Oh, man. Okay, you ready? I have a lot of fruit trees. I have not had one issue out of Methley Plum. M-E-T-H-L-E-Y. Plum. It is the first fruit tree to put on these beautiful white flowers, and then the leaves, and then the fruit. And we had fruit last year in April. Yep, I'll be having some plums April, May. Santa Rosa plum. Now, I've had this tree longer than the Methley, and I haven't gotten any fruit off of it, but it's put it on fruiting buds this year. I think this will be the year. But you got to understand that this tree, and by the way, somebody's going to win these last few cuttings. The tree was like this thick when I got it from Stark Brothers. It was $9.99 and it was 2 feet high 3 years ago. And now it's a real healthy tree. Santa Rosa plum. The best trees that are stone fruit are Red Haven peach. Let me preface this by saying I killed some trees. Red Haven were some of them, but I didn't know what I was doing. 7, 8 years ago, I planted them in the rainy season. I started them later in a container and then a raised bed. Red Haven Peach, one word. My favorite stone fruit is Sun Glow Nectarine. Sun Glow, one word. Fuyu Persimmon is a little tricky. You're not going to give any fruit the first 3 years. Even though it's going to be loaded with fruit and it'll abort it. Because it concentrates on putting up strong roots. Because just like the Comfrey, it has a long taproot that goes way down in the earth. And by the way, I only give my Fuyu Persimmon Comfrey tea in the spring. Nothing else. Because it goes way down and pull up the nutrients. It's a long taproot. What are my options for additional Comfrey seeds? No Comfrey seeds, honey. Those don't go down real far into the ground. I think I already said that. You might have put that in there already. Let me finish about the fruit trees. If you're going to get any banana plant, I recommend Musa, Orinoco, Orinoco, something like that. I got the pups or crowns, whatever you want to call them, off of eBay. They took a 3-degree temperature, I thought they were dead, piled on a lot of plants and dead trees on top, and they came back alive. So if that is what you are going to want, some bananas, that's the one. Another tree that I highly recommend is my wild Texas blueberry, elderberry, and I'm going to give away 2 people a cutting tonight. One fat one and one skinny one. And you don't have to pay postage. Thanks to some people donating money to me. I got a little in that little account to send these 2 cuttings. I'm going to ask you a question and whoever answers will get him. And don't send me any money, okay? Hey, David Corey. I got my mail that keep that money. You are worth more, though. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. David, I appreciate it. He said, that's my cutting. Okay, we're going to let you try to win it. And, I have 3 pawpaws. So far, I haven't got any fruit off them yet, but I'm just going to name those. But my apple trees. The apple trees that grow best for me, I haven't had any problems out of. None of them except one. And I cut all the fire blight out of it for a couple of years. But I got Delicious Apple, Anna Apple, Crimson Crisp. That's a Stark Brothers family crest apple. They have 2 or 3. And only apple tree that I bought last year and none this year was a Pink Lady, because that's my favorite apple tree. And I bought it when it was on sale for $32.99, and the shipping was $3.22 because it was $3.22, something like that. And muscadine grapes grow very well in Texas. I haven't had any luck with grapes. It gets so rainy and muggy and powdery mildew, fungus, and black rot. I'm not going to try grapes again. But I never had any problems with muscadines. And I get those from Ice Sun Nursery. Ice Sun, ISONS. And these 2 places, Stark Brothers and Isis, they have been in the family business going all the way back to the 1800s. So, you know, they're pretty reputable. And both of these places have a guarantee for a year. Then I have a lot of citrus trees. Citrus trees do well in Texas. Unless, you know, you get a 3-degree temperature or a 19-degree temperature and you have to leave them outside. But you can bring them in or you can put them in the greenhouse. Improved Meyer lemon grows well. Lisbon lemon grows well. A Pomero grapefruit. And then there's 2 Miho Satsumas, which are something like a mandarin orange without a lot of seeds. And there's one that's called Miho. And then there's one that's called a Warren, I think. They're frost hardy. So I have about 6 citrus trees. So when I'm naming these trees to you, I may give you one name, but I may have 4 of the same tree. So I have a lot of trees. And I have a jujube. It's a wild one. And it doesn't need a pollinator. I was told that I didn't need a pollinator. And one of the groups that I'm in North Texas said that I would have to have one. Well, I got jujubes. And I made sauce and stuff. And I didn't have to have an extra pollinator. No pollinator with my elderberry. I got a lot of trees, girl. I can't even think of them right now, okay? My pomegranate died. And I have a Yates persimmon. This year will probably be the year that we'll get more than a couple pieces of fruit off of the Yates persimmon. But we have a lot of pear trees. The pear trees that I recommend are Kefir, Moonglow, anything but Bradford. That's the street I live. Bradford pears are yuck. They're mostly oriental. Ornamental. Sorry about that, guys. Ornamental. So, yeah, I have like about 4 pear trees. I can't think of them right now. I would have to check my phone and my file with all my pear trees. Hold on a minute. Here's the broke phone. Let me see. It's just too much to remember. I have aronia berries, gooseberries, blackberries, mulberries. Let me go to food forest. Sorry about the delay. Fruit trees is not in fruit forest. Oh, and somebody just sent me a cherimoya tree. I can't tell you who sent it to me because I would have to kill everybody. They told me don't tell. So that's like a sugar apple. And in the house I have 2 soursops. Drinking the tea from soursops kill bad free radicals in your body that cause cancer. So that's why I grow the soursops. My fruit trees. Okay, here we go. And I have another wild plum that hasn't made any fruit yet. Oh, I know the other trees that were Asian. Chichuro, Kefir, and 2 moonglows. And then I have 3 methane plums, I already said that. And I got 6 apple trees. I have 7 now. I said red heaven. Oh, forgot about my cherry trees. I have a Windsor Sweet, a Rainier, and 3 cherries. Stella cherries. And in the pawpaws I have, if anybody want to write this down later and look at the replay, I have a SAA pawpaw, a Pennsylvania pawpaw, and a mango pawpaw. And 2 bay laurel trees. That's not fruit, but that's spice. 20 banana plants and mini strawberries. I think I named everything, okay, guys? I will do a tour. I may even do it a live. I did a spontaneous live one year, and it went really well on a Saturday morning. I'm going to go live. It kept cutting off or a delay or whatever, but people told me they really enjoy it. Okay. Yes, Gail Hooper, that's right. I live on Bradford Street. And by the way, it's against the law in some states to even plant Bradford trees because all the trees on my block are splitting and falling down that are Bradford trees. They only last for 30 years. And this neighborhood is 35 years old, or 36 years old. Good night, Yankee sister. We appreciate you, and we know that some of you are in a different time zone. Okay, did I get everybody's question? Dave Corey said, do you have a food for... Yes. If you're talking to me, yes, I have a food for us. Chain Bombs family. I was donated some gourds, seeds, but I haven't planted them yet. I don't know if I'm going to grow them because I don't know how much room I got. I'm going to see. Someone asking about a chance. Do you have a list by chance? I'll post it on the community board. A list of all the fruit trees that I have that grow very well in this area. And somebody speaking to Skinny Boy Randy. Mwah! Thank you for being here, Skinny Boy Randy. And somebody is thanking me for teaching the difference between Comfrey varieties, and she will switch to the Blocking 14 this year. Yes. And if anybody try to mail you some seeds off of eBay and Etsy and try to suck you in and tell you that you can grow the same kind from seeds, don't buy it. How do I know? I got sucked in. Okay. Hi, Sions. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, I'm gonna let somebody win these. One big cut and one skinny cut. Moderators, you can play too. Hudson, you real fast. If you will put those start signs, I'm gonna give the first two people to answer this question. Melise Folk said, my husband had cancer. Do you know where you can get a soursop? Fast growing trees sell them for about $129 to $199. You know, I had cancer 30 years ago too. So you make that tea. Oh, eBay. Try eBay. I grew mine from seeds. I bought seeds from eBay, but they do have soursop trees on eBay. But I'm warning you, they're very expensive. I don't know what your budget is. I'm not implying that you can't afford it. I'm just telling you they are expensive. Okay, no more questions. Nobody put anything else in there. But moderators, you can answer this question too. First two people that get it right, y'all know I'm thinking. The first people that get it right, I will send you these. Put in a big marker. Can't see my arms how I'm writing. Good. Okay, we're ready. The first three people, name 2 ingredients in my relaxation tea. 2 ingredients in my relaxation tea. First 2 people to get it. I will send you these last cuttings of my elderberries. Okay, let's put stop. Okay, I'm going to the sign, okay? Ty Lily, I'll get your question. You should put it in all caps, but I'll get your question. Did you put the stop? Denise said love and happiness. Love and happiness. Okay, if she put the stop, nobody got it. Until after the stop. Okay, these will go back into the refrigerator. I just cut them today. They will last. They're budding out. They're gonna go back in the refrigerator where I keep them at 36 degrees, and somebody can win them next week. I'm not gonna say this person was close, this one, because it was nobody that had anything close until after the stop button, and that was my Renaissance grandmother. She put lavender and chamomile, but it was too late. And I know in dealing with my gardening people that I have to be fair, and I'll show you the answers. Lavender, passion fruit, and chamomile. Might not be spelled correctly. Okay, so we'll wait until next week, and we'll get, somebody said another question, please. I'm gonna do it for you, Chris. Okay, ready? Let's put start in, Hudson. Hey, Jacqueline Jones, thank you for being here. Hudson I guess it didn't show. I put it in right after the start. Okay, Wanda B. Hold on, Wanda B. David said he'll win it too. Let me go right back after the start to let me make sure, because y'all know me. I do not want to not give somebody there. Okay, she says stop there. Okay, I'm looking for Wanda B. What? How did I miss that? Wanda B. I apologize. I'll put you in my book. Somebody nicely donated to me, and I use it extensively upside down for garden stuff, contest on this side. Wanda B, email me an address. No post office boxes, ma'am. Just a physical address. I will not come and rob you. Wanda B, elderberry, winner. My email address is in there, Wanda B. You know how to contact me, Wanda, because you've been in my classes before. And I'll send it out to you. Okay. Okay, I need Hudson to put the start. Wanda B, that's how you use your stinger. Thank you for congratulating her. Thank you, moderator, for handling that. And let me just say, okay, I got it. Okay, don't nobody answer nothing. I appreciate everybody congratulating Wanda. Okay. So she's going to get a fat one and a skinny one. And I still got a fat one and a skinny one. But I'm going to tell you, sometimes these little skinny ones will root faster and quicker than the fat ones. You just never know. And let me share this with you. There's a 45-degree angle at the top. There's a 45-degree angle at the top and straight across is the bottom. And you'll know by the way the nodes go up, okay? All right. Yeah. People's coming in here and trying to advertise. Okay, here we go. Never seen them before. Woo! What is the word that I told you guys, or the procedure that I failed to do on the saffron bulbs? Answer. Nothing's moving. Nothing's moving. I'm trying to give you some mulberry cuttings. Not mulberry. Yeah. Are they mulberry? Yeah. Are they mulberry or elderberry? Mulberry. Black mulberries. Stop. Okay. There's a winner. A clear winner. Code stratification. The winner is At Home with Cheryl. Let's give her a hand and welcome and thank her. And I said those were elderberry cuttings, guys. I apologize. They're mulberry. That was the last ones I sent out. Mulberries. Okay. Let's congratulate her. Somebody said label them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris, I was talking about labeling. Put them in the ground and not in the greenhouse. That's cool, but that wasn't it. Congratulations, Cherie. Congratulations at home. I mean, at home with Cherie. Congratulating the winners. Okay, guys. I think that's it. That's everything on my list. Sandra, I will try to find something. Please let me know if you find the plant or the seeds. If you're still talking about soursops, I know soursop seeds are on eBay because I just looked about a month ago. And I sell the Soursop Tea, but I call it, I don't want to mispronounce it, healthy blood sugar tea. And it has bitter melon, fenugreek, turmeric, chicory, ginger, cinnamon, lavender, dandelion, and stevia. So you don't have to add no sweetener to it. If you're tired of looking at it and you want to lower your blood sugar or prevent cancer. Oh, no, guys. That's for the blood sugar. The Soursop tea is the one that helps prevent the cancer. I'm not a doctor, but it's known to get rid of inflammation and free radicals that can change your cells and make them turn into cancer. Okay? And in that tea, you get the soursop leaves without any blemishes on them. I'm very meticulous about how I harvest the leaves and dehydrate them. And I'm going to share that with the people that's going to be in my dehydrating class. You will learn how to make teas. Where am I? And I put everything in here. Yes. And then we have lemongrass and mint and lemon zest. And all of this is grown in my backyard. And I was getting one mixed up with the blood sugar tea. Okay. All right. That's it. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I come on every Monday at 7 o'clock Central Time Zone. If you have a question that didn't get answered, you can email me. Not like a human Google. Just let me know I didn't see your question, which I doubt I didn't see it because my moderators are pretty sharp in alerting me to what I didn't see. And, but if it's something that I can help you with, I'll try. I'm real busy. If not, I'll put it on the list for next week. Okay? All right. Thank you for being here, UT 33200. And Broke Farmer, my nephew, popped in. He just said he came in to say hi. Oh, Ty Lily. Oh, yes, she had a question. Let me go back. Yes, before I leave, thank you, Ty Lily. Oh, I know what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said you wanted to know if I started trees in containers or directly in the ground. Most trees, I start them in containers, and then I put them in the ground after we get through our rainy season. And those trees in particular that I never put into the ground unless they're 2 years old are stone fruits. So that would be plums, apricot. I don't have apricot. I have nectarine, Red Haven peach. We get a real rainy period, and I've killed some trees by letting them sit in a hole full of water. There are a lot of things you can do to compensate that. You can put some rocks down there, and you can plant it higher up. But what works for me is putting them in the cherry trees, putting them in, because now I have 5 cherry trees. Putting them, I don't think I even mentioned that when people asking me about cherries. I have a Rainier cherry, a Windsor Sweet, and 3 Stellas. So now I put them in a tree container and then a bigger container the next year, and then I put them in raised garden beds that drain very well. And I use potting mix when I use what I put inside of that. Okay, Ty Lily? If you need any more questions, you can email me. Thank you, Antia, for putting that in. Bitter melon and soursop are not the same thing. Bitter melon is like an Asian cucumber. Soursop is a fruit, but I'm growing mine for the leaves. The fruit is delicious too, but I've never had mine to fruit yet, and I'm just growing it for the leaves. I just keep cutting the leaves off. They sell fresh soursop fruit in New York City. Okay, cool. Okay, I think that's it. In fact, I got her question. Acclimate to the greenhouse properly. I don't know what you're talking about, Miss Love. If you're talking about soursops, the humidity is too high for soursops in the greenhouse. I never had any luck with trying to grow my soursops, acclimating them to the greenhouse. I lose all the leaves. A couple times I was going to throw them away, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to put them in the window, put a grow light on them, and they came back. They went into shock. Another thing that I want to tell you about soursops trees, it depends on where you live. I see Ty Lily just put in there that she found something at Tractor Supply. It depends on where you live. You're not going to find any soursop trees. I haven't seen any soursop trees in the store in Texas. And soursop trees cannot take a temperature below 40 degrees. They don't go into shock, they die. Okay? So, yeah, I just want to point that out to you. Oh, Tylee says she found a North Star cherry at Tractor Supply. Okay, good. Congratulations to all the winners. Have a great night and a blessed week, everybody. And I'm saying the same. Thank you all very much for being here. I never get tired of doing this. It's been almost 2 years. I thank you all for sticking with me. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye. I'm getting old. It's getting harder for me to get up. I'm getting old. It's getting harder for me to get up.